A lot to cover on this busy first Friday of the new year. Good evening. I'm Chris Thomas.
I'm Laura Painter. Thanks so much for joining us. We continue to follow breaking news tonight. A large fire on a loaded semi-truck on I-5 near the Sacramento International Airport, right in the middle of the busy Friday evening commute and post-holiday travel weekend. But the fire is out right now, but traffic in that area is still pretty backed up. Both lanes are slowly moving, so expect delays if you're headed to the airport or in that direction. It's unclear right now how this fire started, but we are working to gather more information, and we will bring you updates as soon as they come in on air and online at the ABC10 app.
Let's turn now to a weather impact alert as severe conditions move into the area tonight. On your left, there is a live look at I-80 on Donner Summit. More snowfall is expected tonight and this weekend. On the right is video of the Yellow Bypass and the Tower Bridge from earlier today. We're keeping a close eye on the water levels in these areas as we anticipate rain and thunderstorms going into the weekend. So let's bring in Brendan, because I know this is something you've been warning about for much of the week. This is going to be quite the busy weekend.
Oh, so true. Very significant. Lots of changes again, Brendan.
Yeah, it's a classic winter storm that happens, every December, January, February, which means we got to be weather aware. We got to be ready for the rain. We got to be ready for the wind and the snow. So don't go anywhere this weekend without checking the forecast first, because if you're in the Valley or the Bay Area, you're going to be thinking about rain and thunderstorms. If you're headed to the high country, you're going to be thinking about winter weather and chain controls and bad roads. So that's the quick summary. I've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to tell you the rest of it here. So as we look at the rain coming in, this is that storm that's going to be with us through the weekend. This rain starting to move through the upper Sacramento Valley now, crossing Interstate 505. It's going to be in the capital city here before too long, and shortly after that, it's going to be pushing into the San Joaquin Valley. Stockton, Modesto, going to get some rain. It'll still be another few hours before we see the rain in the foothills, and another few hours still till we get that snow developing in the high country. That winter storm warning goes into effect at 10 p.m. That's when we expect to see that snow starting to fall. Current sustained winds about 15 miles per hour across the valley. Starting to see a little bit of a stronger gust developing, though. We got 25-mile-an-hour gusts in Sacramento, about 20 in Placerville, 30 up in South Lake Tahoe. As this system comes in, though, those winds are going to pick up out of the southeast. So expect wind gusts up to about 35 miles per hour across much of the valley this evening. It is 61 right now in the capital city. That is currently the high temperature for today. 59 in Stockton, 60 in Modesto, 54 in Jackson, 46 up in Nevada City, 39 in Truckee, and 44 in South Lake Tahoe. Looking towards downtown, it's dry for now, but that rain will be here within about a half an hour or so. 4 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Sustained winds 15 miles per hour out of the southeast. And again, as we head through the evening, we are expecting soggy conditions. Saturday morning, on and off rain, Sierra snow in the high country, 30s up near Tahoe, mid-50s down here in the valley. Saturday afternoon, upper 50s to low 60s. Scattered rain and thunderstorms are expected. 40s and 50s in the foothills and upper 30s to low 40s in the high country with plenty of snow. So that winter storm warning, like we talked about, begins at 10 p.m. tonight, continues until 4 p.m. on Monday. That is above 5,500 feet. Then we've got this flood watch, which is for areas below 4,000 feet in elevation and includes the Sacramento Valley and the foothills down through the Mother Lode. So that flood watch begins tonight at 10 p.m., continues till 4 p.m. on Monday. And there is a wind advisory also kicking in at 10 o'clock tonight. That's for the upper valley. This is not for places like Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto. That's for the upper valley where those stronger wind gusts are going to be. Those wind gusts could be up to about 45 miles per hour, again, in the upper valley, though. So as we look at Futurecast over the next several hours, that rain pushes in. By 10 o'clock, winter storm warning kicks in, and we start to see snow developing at the passes. On and off rain through the overnight, but a very steady snowfall is expected through Saturday morning. There's those scattered showers and some thunderstorms moving through Saturday afternoon. You see a line of storms there moving through the Mother Lode, but very steady snowfall is expected, not just through Saturday, but through Sunday. Continuing to see rain and thunder across the valley into Saturday night. Continuing to see heavy snow up at the passes. And Saturday, although we'll have some breaks in the rain, I think Sunday is going to be the day where we're going to have more rain and fewer drier periods. But you continue to see that snow falling through Sunday afternoon. Level 1 marginal risk for some severe thunderstorms in the valley and in the foothills. That is for Saturday. Some strong to severe storms are possible. With those storms, we could see heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gusty winds. As we look at model rain and snow totals, by the time we get to Sunday at noon, we're starting to see feet of snow up at the passes and in the Sierra. Across the valley, looking at about an inch of rain as we roll through Monday morning, still seeing snow accumulating at the passes. And now we're looking at about an inch to 2 inches of rain in the valley. All that being said, we're still doing all right in terms of our river flood stages here. Yeah, we're going to have some of the weirs flowing along the Sacramento River through the Sacramento Valley. Other than that, we're looking just fine. Here's one more thing. The winds, like I said, it is going to pick up as we go through tonight, and it will remain gusty through most of Saturday, but likely drier as we head through the next 8 to 14 days. So once we're past this storm, really from now through Monday, then things are much quieter. Temperature is much cooler too, though. We're going to be in those upper 40s for the middle of next week.
This is the time to get that much needed rain, though, right? Because we didn't get much really in December at all.
Outside of the Christmas
tulip
storm.
fog, right?
Yep.
Yeah, such a different picture from before Christmas to the new year, like night and day.
Yeah, and we need it, and we will take it because it's better to be a very wet winter than to have a very dry summer.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, Brendan. Thank you. Meanwhile, we aren't alone. Southern California is once again feeling the effects of this winter system. Storms swept across San Diego New Year's Day, triggering multiple water rescues and numerous vehicle crashes. San Diego fire rescue crews had to pull people out of cars submerged in water, loading them onto safety rafts. Officials also used helicopters to rescue an elderly woman who was swept away by a swift stream. Thankfully, she was found several hours later with no life-threatening injuries.
We actually found the woman alive. She had gone into the water. She was swept downstream, and we found her clinging to some bushes along that stream bed or that river bed before she actually entered into Lake Hodges.
So scary. Glad she's okay. Drivers on the freeway also faced problems on the roads. Take a look. A portion of the 94 westbound lanes were flooded. Residents tried to clear storm drains on their own as cars drove through deep water.
I want to show you some video from the Bay Area in Marin County. Look at that. Folks in that area also had wet and windy starts to the new year with a storm moving into the area. But residents also facing flooding from king tides. Those are the highest tides of the year that can cause major damage to shoreline infrastructure. The National Weather Service issued a coastal flood advisory for that region of the North Bay until at least tomorrow. And so to track the latest on this weather impact alert, be sure to download the free ABC10 app.
Tonight, the Modesto Police Department announced the city had 0 homicides for the entire year of 2025. The department says it marks the first time this has happened in at least 40 years. ABC 10's Austin Castro talked with the mayor and police chief about why they believe this happened and how locals are reacting.
Violent crime is not welcome here.
That's the message from Modesto's police chief in social media video posted Friday as the department announces crime reductions in 2025.
Auto theft is on pace to be down nearly 40%, and robberies and commercial burglaries are seeing double-digit decreases.
According to the chief, the city also saw 0 homicides in the city for all of 2025. Modesto PD says that hasn't happened in the city in over 40 years. Modesto's mayor, Suze Wallen, says she's grateful for the news and believes it happened for multiple reasons.
One of those being the relentless pursuit of our officers to address crime and to arrest those that are responsible, especially for violent crimes.
Both the mayor and police chief also point to additional funding from the Measure H sales tax, allowing for additional police resources. Well, people here in Modesto are glad to hear that 0 homicide statistic. Others say there are other factors to take into account into how the community got there.
Poverty is down in Modesto. The root causes of crime are things like foreclosure rates, eviction rates, unemployment rates. So I think focusing on the things that really keep a community healthy and whole are things that we are doing really well.
Anthony Drobnik, a Modesto resident and economics teacher, hopes the city can maintain crime reduction by focusing on what's important.
But I think that when we look at violence, the research pans out across the board in communities all around the country that violence is an economic issue first and foremost. So I think addressing things like housing, cost of living are the best ways we can keep these numbers low.
For additional context, I did also ask the city of Modesto for other statistics, including the number of shootings resulting in injuries in 2025, but was told those figures were not immediately available. Still, the city is hoping this trend of positive change continues into the new year.
It makes such a difference when we're trying to develop economically, when we're trying to not just survive but thrive. It's really important for our city.
In Modesto, Austin Castro, ABC10.
Austin, thank you. A 6.5 magnitude earthquake hit Mexico this morning and killed at least 2 people. Cameras streamed the moment when the shaking started. The quake happened in the southern and central parts of the country, sending hundreds into the streets as buildings were evacuated. That includes the Mexican president and members of the media who, look at this, were in the middle of a news conference when the earthquake hit. A hospital in a city near the epicenter suffered major structural damage and had to evacuate patients.
We're learning new details tonight in the deadly fire in Switzerland that killed 40 people New Year's Day. Officials now say the fire was likely caused by sparklers in a champagne bottle that came too close to the ceiling. Here are the details. The fire happened at a ski resort bar. About 119 people from 9 different European countries were hurt. The sparklers, authorities say, appear to have ignited what experts believe is acoustic paneling, material used to improve sound quality. This appeared to lead to what's called a flashover, in which everything in a room ignites almost simultaneously. Prosecutors in Switzerland have opened an investigation into possible criminal responsibility. People grieving have started a memorial at the scene to pay tribute to the victims.
The Department of Justice says they stopped a terror attack from taking place on New Year's Eve in North Carolina. An 18-year-old man is now behind bars. Federal prosecutors say he planned to attack random people with knives and hammers, all in support of ISIS. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
The Department of Justice says 18-year-old Christian Sturtevant was planning to use knives and hammers to carry out a terror attack on New Year's Eve in support of ISIS.
He was preparing for jihad, and innocent people were going to die. And we're very, very fortunate they did not.
Federal prosecutors say Sturtevant was targeting a grocery store or a Burger King in Mint Hill, North Carolina, outside Charlotte, where he lived.
We do have some intelligence that he was looking at a grocery store because there would be a lot of people there.
Prosecutors say Sturtevant was active online, posting on TikTok and chat rooms. 2 people he was unknowingly communicating with were undercover agents. According to court documents unsealed today, Sturtevant allegedly said the U.S. would pay for its retaliatory attack on ISIS targets after 2 National Guardsmen were killed in Syria in December.
Investigation revealed that the subject was capable of executing this attack. He was training, he was doing push-ups, calisthenics, fitness.
The FBI says they first started investigating Sturtevant when he was just 14 years old. According to court documents, back in 2022, he was accused of communicating with an alleged member of ISIS who encouraged him to attack his neighbor. Almost out the door, Sturtevant was stopped and restrained by his grandfather. He was never charged.
If your child, relative, friend, or neighbor is sliding into a dangerous ideology, you'll be the first to see it. And together we can stop it.
Sturtevant was arrested on New Year's Eve, the same day prosecutors say he was planning to carry out the attack. He had his first court appearance this morning, not clear if he entered a plea. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Perry, thank you. Coming up, the holidays are over, but flu season continues. What health officials are saying about respiratory illness rates in Sacramento.
Plus, you may start to pay less for some of your utilities this year. We have the details on the changes to expect.
New tonight, Sacramento County is seeing an increase in respiratory illnesses. Health officials say flu cases have been rising since the start of December. The biggest spike was during the week of Christmas, with emergency room visits for flu cases rising by 120%. Health officials also say to watch for RSV and COVID-19. But the good news is, overall, infection rates for respiratory illnesses remains lower than the past 2 seasons. Health officials remind you to protect yourself and others from these illnesses as people return to their routines after the holiday. They say vaccination is the best preventative measure. Basic methods like washing your hands and covering coughs and sneezes can keep viruses from spreading. They also say to seek medical care if symptoms worsen, especially in kids, older adults, and people with underlying conditions.
Well, let's turn now to some good news to start the year. This month, gas and electricity rates are going down for millions of PG&E customers. The rates for electric customers dropped around 5% yesterday. The company says most people will now spend around $20 less on their monthly bill compared to this same time last year. Natural gas rates are also down at least 10%, saving residents about $7 per month. Well, next at 5:30, tomorrow is a big day for the 49ers as they play for the conference title. How fans are preparing. Well, tomorrow is a big day for the San Francisco 49ers. In just 24 hours, the team will face off against the Seattle Seahawks for the NFC West title and a chance at home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Here at home, fans are excited to watch the game play out. A local fan club, the 49ers Sacramento Faithfuls, is hosting a watch party at Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo on Del Paso Boulevard. The club has more than 1,800 members, and they host watch parties every week. Fans have high hopes for tomorrow's game.
We're going to do good this year because we had a lot of injuries. We've overcame a lot of stuff, and we came far. So I'm hoping that we win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, many local fans are actually heading to Santa Clara this weekend to catch the game or tailgate with other fans.
That's really my favorite part. ABC10's Gabriel Porras hears from fans about how they're planning their game day.
If you live around Stockton, there's a good chance you know someone on Saturday.
Yes, my kids will be at the game tomorrow.
Headed to Santa Clara.
Where will you be tomorrow?
I'll be at Levi Stadium.
We're going to be at the game over there in Santa Clara watching the 49ers take on the Seahawks.
For the NFC West title and a chance at home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
I think it's really important. I mean, just to be able to have that home field advantage. I mean, you think about it, right? I mean, you go to any kitchen and cook, right? And the kitchen might have all the ingredients, but not having everything where it's supposed to be, it can just delay your game a little bit.
An important opportunity. It's why Guillermo Rodriguez won't be cooking in his kitchen.
Oh yeah, we're getting a tailgate, about to get some meat right here.
And neither will Rigo Sevilla.
Going with my son and a friend of mine.
Their tickets already come with the food, but for those who still have to make something, this meat market is ready.
Now, so we have our Niner Game Day special right here. This is an amazing special. This is under $50. Well, especially with fight nights, whether it's UFC, boxing, soccer games, you know, the Super Bowl, stuff like that. We definitely show a big increase in our sales because people are just hanging out and getting together.
Oh, we got about 15, 20 people easy.
Meanwhile, staying at home,
go Niners,
will be Israel Nava and his crew.
Usually, if it's not with my friend, I've got my cousin, so it's usually something small, but we are big fans, lifelong fans.
Whether it includes the couch or a tailgate.
I get some ribeyes, probably get some shrimp if you have some shrimp, to make some shrimp kebabs.
Saturday plans and hopes for so many sound the same.
Wake up, be ready, throw on your gear, sleep with your gear, whatever you got to do. Just, you know what I mean, get together with your friends, sit on your favorite couch, sit on that edge, don't change anything. If someone doesn't belong in your house, kick them out. You know what I mean? It's really like that. So let's get it. Niners.
In Stockton, Gabriel Porras, ABC10.
And if you have any lucky charms, bring them out too. If you're going to the game, you might want to consider public transit. Trains in the Sacramento and Stockton regions will be helping fans get to and from Santa Clara. ACE will be operating trains across Stockton, Tracy, and Lathrop, departing from Stockton at around 12:40 in the afternoon tomorrow. In Sacramento, the Amtrak Capitol Corridor will have trains running to and from Santa Clara up until midnight. And if you're not going to the game tomorrow, don't worry. You can watch it from the comfort of your own home, your own couch, right here on ABC10. Coverage starts at 4:30 with kickoff scheduled for 5 p.m. Then after the game, our sports team is live from Levi Stadium covering the outcome and what comes next. We're back after this.
Okay, so before we go, I want you to check this out. Hundreds of people in Southern California started the new year with a very cold challenge. Look at this. A crowd in Santa Barbara jumped into the Pacific Ocean at Ledbetter Beach to welcome 2026 with a cold challenge called the Polar Dip. This year was a splashy comeback for the annual New Year's Day event. Last year, organizers didn't have enough time to raise the money needed to cover city permit requirements, including lifeguards, portable restrooms, and insurance. So how much does that usually cost? Can you guess? This year, an anonymous donor provided the $4,000 needed to make the event happen, huh?
I will say it's one thing to do that in California, then in Michigan, my last station used to do this every year.
polar
They were
plunge.
like, "Do you guys want to do it?" And I used to do morning shows. No, it was sub-zero. Not doing it.
Our own very Marcus Allen did one of those this year too. Huh?
Oh, he's a brave soul.
Of course, in a tux.
Oh, of course, always stylish. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.